Hi everybody, how are you all today? Today is a bit of a better day for me because yesterday was such chaos, but I look absolutely wrecked. Um, God, I look wrecked. This is very brave to come on here looking so bad. But anyways, I'm coming on here today to tell you something really personal about myself. And part of me is wondering, should I do this at all? Because it's so personal and I don't want backlashing from people and families and all the rest and everything. But I'm so excited. Ah, I'm so excited and I'm so nervous. So, when is it now? Is it 3 years or would it even be 4 years? Could it be 4 years? No, maybe it's 4 years since I got anxiety. It's maybe three. Anyway, 3 or 4. I can't remember now, right? But anyways, all from taking a stupid hash cake, which I don't take drugs at all, over in Amsterdam. And it kicked off something in my brain of intense worry and fear and put me into a black hole. Like, can I tell you to anybody who's suffering anxiety, I don't know an awful lot about depression and I'm sure I touched on it. I possibly had it. I think I could have had a touch of depression after my second son was 6 months old, but I was dealing with another child who had major heart surgery, who died for a minute, came back to life, and my mother having a stroke at the same time, who can't talk or walk. So there's an awful lot of stuff going on, and wouldn't have had an awful lot of help, but I did have some help with a few family members that were able to at the time with helping with mind the kids and that and whatever. Anyways, so yeah, I'd gone to Amsterdam for my birthday and had a great time and stupidly took a hash cake. I think I told you about this before. Anyways, biggest regret of my life. And hi, Alan, how are you? Anyways, it led on to a cascade of events. So anybody who ever wants to take drugs, please don't ever take drugs because it's the worst thing that'll ever happen to you in your life. And it may not happen to everybody, but I always had a fear of if I ever took a pill or something like that, that I'd be the one to die. But anyway, stupidly, I took a stupid hash cake just to try it out because then when you're in Rome, do what the Romans do. Anyway, it ended up I got like I realize now a panic attack and like I think possibly a little bit of a paranoia attack as well. And the next day I didn't feel great either. We're only there for the weekend. Good morning, and came back, and then a few weeks later got another one for no reason whatsoever. Just lying in bed, got a oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, I can't handle this. Oh my god, so much fear. Like, I can't tell you, like, logical thinking and rationalization does not come into it. And I be the most positive person because so much shit hit the fan in my life. And, and you can't reason with it. It's like the most stubborn, most dominant person in your life inside in your brain has control of your brain, and you've lost control in a sense, and it's the most scariest thing ever. And I ended up just kind of coming back into myself and didn't want to go out places. That wasn't me, that was my dog. And guys, it was the biggest, most darkest hole that I could ever remember. Now, I know I was abused as a kid, but I can't remember the emotions I held with that at that time. So maybe there was some of that, I don't know. Anyway, I fought against wanting to go on tablets. I got to such a bad place that I was having really bad thoughts about myself, and thinking that maybe better not to be here and stuff like that. It only happened to me 4 times ever that I thought like that, but I thought I cannot allow myself to ever think like that. And hi, Josephine, and to think that like my kids would be better off without me. And I thought to even have that scared the living daylights out of me. So I was so petrified to go on any tablets because number one, I didn't want to get addicted, and number two, hi Joe, I didn't want to get addicted to anxiety tablets, and I was afraid that I would never be able to come off them, and I didn't want it to change my mind and to alter the way I thought about things in life. And I still wanted to be able to process an awful lot of stuff that's happened in my life. I didn't want to kind of dumb that down at all. I wanted to do the work, and I know it's hard to do the work, but God, it's honestly, it's a tough road to do the work, but it's so worth it when you come out the other end. And you know what? It does come with a golden star or with rewards, because you end up being able then to help other people who've been through similar things or whatever. Anyways, I was afraid to take any tablets for my anxiety simply because I had a very bad reaction to a stomach tablet before, that I had 10 to 20 seizures for 3 days, and the hospital at one point was nearly trying to tell me it was in my head, because they said it like pseudo seizures. So it's where your body can't take any more stress internally, so it comes out externally. And because they read in my file that my mother's in a wheelchair, my brother's in a wheelchair, I had sexual abuse, and they were trying to look at this and say, oh, but this is just deep down psychological stress. What a load of BS. I had dealt with all of that stuff, and our family don't lie under it. We joke about it, like, you know. Anyways, we do have good crack. Hey, Ciara. So I just thought to myself, okay, so what's the most important thing? I stay in this black hole, or I deal with the fact that I had a very, very, very adverse reaction to these tablets, and hopefully this won't happen again. Express this to my doctor and express this to my chemist, and that my chemists are so good anyway, that they will keep an eye on me so that I don't get a reaction to these tablets. And we discussed which ones would be good for me, because I suffer with a lot of back pain. And so anyways, I started on Etalipro. I'll show you them here now. These are 5 milligrams, but I was on 10. So you start off on 5 and then you work yourself up to 10, but you can go up to possibly 30, but I didn't want to, and because I still wanted to feel a certain amount of the so I could work through my process, because feel the fear and do it anyways. If you can throw yourself into your fears and realise when you're in it, now not the fear where you feel like you want to commit suicide, okay, not that, because that's when you need like supports, like serious supports. Hi Marie. The fear of not being able to deal with certain things, and everybody's got different levels of not being able to deal with certain things, whether it's job interviews, whether it's going out socially with people, whether it's going on a date, whether it's driving a car, whatever the case is. If you can feel the fear and work through it and think, do you know what, fear, you're here. I know you're here, and you're here to protect me, and I thank you for that. However, you're not going to get the better of me. I'm going to do this, or we're going to do this together. And we're going to see if we come out to the side. This could be starting a new job, whatever the case it may be. Sorry, I also have to work on my little doggy here. Starting college, whatever, doesn't matter. You guys will realise that once you get out there and you start doing it, I had to do it lately with starting teaching my yoga classes. And you realise, oh my God, I'm actually doing this. Ah, and it's actually not too bad. It's not too bad. And then you do it and you're like, oh my God, that went well. Or, you know, I messed up a bit, reflect, and move on and see how can you do it differently, right? So this is what I thought. If I start these tablets and I have the supports in place, and my chemist knows and my doctor knows that I react really easily to things, that they're going to keep an eye on me. And of course I have an amazing husband and family and all the rest that are there also. That's why, guys, it's really good to talk to people, because you don't go on this path alone. If there's anything going on in your life, just share it with people, the right people, the people who support you, not the people, as Will Smith says, pisses on your flames. You want somebody to fan your flames, okay? Anyways, my chemist says to me to stay on them a year. And I was thinking, a year? Oh my God, like a year is so long. Anyway, I started them last Christmas because we're going away on holidays, and I thought, what if I have a panic attack on the airplane? And what if I'm over there and this happens? And what if? And I nearly had built myself up into this, because my anxiety had started to creep into my everyday, which is an awful pattern, because it means that you're then expecting it to happen more often. So then I stopped myself going to certain places, I stopped going out, I stopped drinking so much, and really kind of brought myself back, like an onion, I suppose. Well, actually, an onion's not a great analogy. Maybe like a form of hibernation, I suppose, and came back to my core and my family in that, and to give to myself what I really needed, and to be kind to myself. And if I needed rest, I'd have rest. And then to really spend the time with my kids and love my kids and play with my kids and Kids are excellent for bringing you into the moment, to help you get out of your head, because they're in the moment all at the time. And whether it's the case they play up, and sometimes be a blessing that they've played up, it meant that it took me out of my head in that moment. So sorry, my dog is distracting me here eating this bone. Anyway, I took the tablets. I started 5 milligrams. I think 2 weeks later I went up to 10 milligrams. I know there are different types of ones as well you can take. And I was embarrassed. I was ashamed. I cried and cried that I couldn't fight this myself. And like, what's wrong with me? I have been through so much worse in my life, and I can't deal with a bit of anxiety. Like, what the is wrong with you, Thelma? Like, you know, I was embarrassed if I had to go anywhere and they ask you, are you on medication? And I'd say I'm on Talipro or Etlapro or whatever you guys want to call it. Did I show it to you there? These ones here. And I was so embarrassed. I felt weak. And I thought, like, I'd been to counselling for years with my abuse and with other stuff, so I wouldn't have to lean on my family, lean on my friends and deal with that. And I had dealt with an awful lot of my stuff. And like, now I've got this. And anyway, I'm on them a year now this month. And guys, I have actually been feeling great in the last few months. Well, I've been feeling great mentally in that I haven't really been having anxiety, like the real fear, like I'm going to die. Like, oh my God, guys, that was such a black hole. Like, I remember watching, what's her name again? Teresa Maguire put up a thing on Facebook about this farmer, and he spoke from his cabin in his tractor to say that his wife didn't know that he was feeling suicidal. I had that playing, was in the shower, and I was bawling my eyes out, crying in the shower, thinking, this is me, like, you know. And I was thinking, like, God, the amount of people who suffer from this. And my chemist told me that this is getting worse and getting worse and getting worse. And guys, we're coming close to Christmas, and I don't want anybody to feel low and anybody to feel empty and anybody to feel sad. And I'm going to have another conversation with you guys another day. But since my chat with you guys about the domestic abuse, my phone has been buzzing with people who've gone through the same. I even got off the phone with a girl telling me the most horrific things that have happened to her lately. It's horrific. And I was thinking I want to come on here, have makeup on and look half decent so I can be all excited and tell you about my tablets that I'm now weaning off. Woo! And then I thought, you know what, just be yourself. I'm still in my pyjama top and I have to go and collect my son in a few minutes. Anyway, my really great news is, he said to me, as soon as you start feeling good, and you're feeling good for quite a while, we can start weaning you off. I thought the day would never come. I thought I'm going to be on these for life, and maybe some people are, and don't come off them until you know you have the right supports and you know that it's the right thing to do and you've spoke to your people about it and everything. For me, I'm going to try it. I am a bit petrified because I never want to go into that dark hole again. Ever. I want nobody to feel that way. If anybody feels that way, ring me. Not that I'm a counsellor and I can't ask you to go on my advice, but I listen, you know. Please reach out. So for me, I've decided that I'm feeling better, so I'm going to wean off them. I'm so excited, but I'm so worried because I'm afraid, like, you know, what if, but that's my sabotage mind, and we're all like that. So I got my 5 milligrams. That means he told me I have to take 10, 5, because I had 10. I was on 10 milligrams. So 10 milligrams so I'm due to take 5 today. So he said take 10 one day, 10 the next day, and then 5 the next day. Then take 10. That's one tablet, which is 10 milligrams. 10, 5. And then the next day take 5 milligrams, then 10 milligrams, then 5 milligrams, 5 milligrams, then 10 milligrams, then 5 milligrams, none. 5 milligrams, none. And I think then none. So let's just see how the next few weeks go. And then imagine if it's like amazing and I'm off them. Now, I did go to see the kinesiologist in Mary Walsh's. Her name is Margaret. I can't remember her surname. She's amazing. So she's put me on homeopathic, or batch they're called. Are they kind of herbal? I don't know. Sorry, guys. I don't know the full details. But I went into her and she checks your whole system and she's amazing. Oh my God. She was telling me what I was dealing with in my body. And you go into all the emotions and you go into all the things that's happened in your life. Just really quickly, just mention them. And she sees how your body reacts and she sees what files react with your body. And for me, I thought that I was rhyming off all the things that happened. And she was like, no, 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 thought it was my mother having a stroke. No, 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 it's not that. And then she said, no, it's not fear that's in your body. So mine actually ended up that it was shock. So I was carrying shock in my everyday, in my body for a period of time. So she has me on these 3 different remedies. I take it 1 drop every day. 1 drop from each vial, that's 3 vials, that's 3 drops, into a glass of water under my tongue. Or if you don't want to take them that way, you can put them on your forehead, she said. And so I'm on them as well. So then maybe that's what's helping me too. Hi, Tina. So I had been going to counselling, but I gave my counselling up because I had dealt with a lot of my stuff and I wanted to process my stuff. And counselling is amazing for many, many things. But it's just, for me, I wanted to have that 1 hour sacred space that I didn't have to like be offloading my stuff to friends and family. And so that was great for me. So yeah, no counselling at the moment. That doesn't mean that I'll never have it again. I may do. I have some amount of wrinkles in my forehead. And spots and everything. But anyways, that's just superficial stuff. So I'm going to see how I get on with these. And please God, it works. Big spot there as well. Let's just hide that for a minute. And let's just see how it goes. And it's Christmas time, so hopefully good things will happen. He just said to me, be careful, because I suffer an awful lot with my back. So every morning I'm in dire pain with my back. But anyways, my yoga is helping me a bit, but I need to get out of my own way and start doing more yoga every single day. I know it'll help me. I don't know why I sabotaged that. We might talk about that again another time. Anyways, guys, my phone has been inundated with all you people texting me. You're so kind. I don't feel that way, but you know what? Somebody said to me today when they rang me, like, how can you just be so brave and just look the way you are sometimes and when you're not feeling it? And I was like, do you know what? Because life has really pulled me apart and upside down and inside out. And you know what? Being alive is such a gift, and it's so much more important being alive than how you look. It really, really is. I know how we look can make us feel like shit, and we don't want to add to the, excuse my language, shitness. But there's good in every day. And if I might go into a whole thing another time about how you really can live in the moment, because I found it very difficult due to my past. But guys, it's to breathe it in and to invite all your senses, which is your smell, your touch, your sight, your taste, everything, when something good happens to you. Really, really bring in your senses and feel all these really great things, because when you do that, guys, I'm not joking, it goes in on a deeper level. We do that when we have negative stuff happens, right? Now do that when the positive stuff happens, and do it as often as you can. Every little thing. What's the case, you're going for a hot chocolate with a friend, or if you're having the glass of wine, or somebody rings you that you haven't heard in ages, or you're putting on your favourite face cream or fluffy pair of socks, or putting on the fire. Who cares what it is? It's what it is for you. Let's not do too much of a close-up. Anyway, guys, I'm going to let you go because I have to go and pick up my son. And I'm just going to go out and collect him like this with my pyjama top on like I did this morning. And I will sort myself out for the rest of the day and get my house in order and make myself look beautiful later. But anyways, isn't that so exciting? I'm so excited. So hopefully, and I'm so nervous, hopefully all go well. And I'm not going to focus on tomorrow. I'm going to focus on taking it today, and I'm going to not even remember the fact that I took it. I'm just going to see how my day unfolds moment by moment and enjoy myself. And then I suppose like an Al-Anon, I've never been, but from what I've heard, because it's an amazing program from what I hear, that every day, just deal with every day. And just momentarily, so moment by moment every day, right? And then it's all of a sudden it's the next day. And then it's the next day. And then it's the next day. And then you might think, oh my God, I've had 3 great days. And then maybe the 4th day might be shit. But it mightn't be shit all day. It might just be shit for part of the day. And then you might have a great Friday and a great Saturday. And then you might have just a shit day like once every couple of weeks, or whatever the case may be. Or maybe you might have 3 or 4, hi Claire, shitty, crappy days or whatever. And if you do, reach out to your friends and just say, it's one of these days today, and they'll come around and support you because you do that for them. And that's basically it. So everybody, have a fantastic day today, and I hope you're getting excited about the celebrations. I'm sorry about my phone beeping there. And anybody else who's going through difficulties, please reach out, okay? We will support you. There are plenty of us out there who are going through similar things. You just don't know it because we put on makeup and we try to look great, so nobody ever knows what's going on behind closed doors. But just know you're not alone. I promise you, you're not alone, okay? Mind yourself, take care. If you can, enjoy your day, okay? We'll chat to you soon. Bye.